Hi, can you hear me?
We can go ahead and proceed.
Okay. Hello, members of the committee. My name is Anna Witkowski, and I am the Chief Education Officer at Children's Learning Centers, Fairfield County, CLC in Stamford. My colleague CEO was on earlier. We do serve about 923 children ages 0 to 5 in 8 centers in Stamford. We are open 51 weeks a year, 10 hours a day, and we offer a holistic approach to serving our children, mental health and social emotional development being our highest priority. So thank you for the opportunity today to testify today on Senate Bill 2. All of the early childhood centers have been underfunded for a very long time. We know that it's a huge crisis in Connecticut, and early childhood centers are an essential part of Connecticut's infrastructure and well-being. This became crystal clear during the pandemic when many centers closed due to lack of funding or the inability to hire qualified staff. And it's something that we are still dealing with today. We are also dealing with the mental health consequences of the systemic underfunding. Children more than ever now are exhibiting challenging and dysregulated behavior. We are seeing mothers that are coming in that are depressed and are asking for help. There needs to be an increase in funding for early childhood education now. The early childhood educators, the wonderful staff that all of my colleagues have that are dedicated, don't earn wages that are comparable to public school staff. Childcare providers should be paid on the true cost of quality care. The current rate, again, has remained the same for years, $8,900 in 2015, $8,900 in 2022. Prior to the pandemic, CLC had a turnover rate with staff of about 12%. Currently, we're facing over a 30% turnover rate. Hiring teaching staff has become nearly impossible because we can't pay the competitive wages. And what's even more sad and disheartening is that they leave the field altogether. So who are the ones that suffer? Children and their families. Children aren't attending the state-funded programs because these programs can't recruit qualified staff to maintain proper ratios. And as a result, we have classrooms that we can't open. Families need to go to work and are forced sometimes to leave their most prized possession, their child, with a neighbor or in an unsafe and potentially dangerous and isolated environment. And there are also
Anna, can you sum up, please?
There are also many families who can't afford the cost of early childhood education. It's tragic that during the most critical time of a child's development, especially social emotional development, we can't abandon them now due to chronic underfunding. So now more than ever, our children need us. So thank you, and I appreciate you listening.
Thank you, Ms. Witkowski. I don't see any hands, but I do want to say that I think it's disturbing after all these years of paying attention to this issue that things are not getting better. And in fact, from your testimony, we're hearing that they're getting worse. And so we thank you very much for this testimony today.
And I want to thank you, Senator, also. I do remember you coming down to Stamford, so I applaud your efforts. Thank you so much for all that you and everyone else does. We appreciate it.
That was 20 years ago, by the way.
Yeah, I remember.
Good
Thank
to see. Next up, we have